Working? Hey, good morning, lovers. Are we on? Are we live here? I'm going to talk about an important conversation, having an identity change, a change in identity. Welcome if you're just tuning in. My name is Vanessa Simpkins from Take Your Power Back Now. And let's see who's going to be the first one here to tune into today's conversation. This is such an important topic, especially right now during this whole pandemic, COVID-19, where really the massive conspiracy of, being forced and thrust into, oh my God, all of this fear. Oh my God, you're terrible if you're an American. Looking at our history, kind of taking down our concepts of self and shattering them. So had a really fantastic conversation with our bikini business coach clients and our on the inside of our elite mastermind year-long program, really about this concept of changing your identity. And this happens whether you are forced into an identity change or whether you mitigate it yourself through setting a new standard for yourself. So let's say you lose a job. Oh my God, you get fired, or right now during this whole pandemic, you got to stay home, you got to work from home. New identity change. How do you navigate the process of a change in identity? This is really so important to your success. And it can be whether a child grows up and leaves the nest, whether somebody passes, whether you have a big wake-up call, a health change, whether it's something that you instigate yourself or is thrust upon you. The process of change, it doesn't make it any less scary or hard. And I think one of the things that we've done really well here on the inside of our programs is have a safe space for women that I want to open up now to everyone here tuning in live. Let me know if you're here live. What's up? Shelly's in the house. She just loves this topic. Want to hear from you, because I feel that people in the world right now are in a massive identity crisis. Whether you're moving to a new place, starting a new job, starting a business, looking at your health in a new way. One of our clients today was saying, oh my gosh, she had this real estate agent say, hey, you know what? You should sell your house right now because, housing is booming in your area. But are you living your life based on what other people think is possible for you? Or are you really living your life for what you want to do, what you think is possible for you? And I think this is the real conundrum, It's like when you're in the process of change, you start chatting with your friends, your spouses, your colleagues, your family. And now you're either listening to their perception of reality and you're letting them tell you what's possible, or you're actually going inside and tuning inside to yourself and saying, oh, this is what I want. And that's where the stick comes into the wheel. Always look at like progress and change as if it's like a bicycle wheel, right? We've got these spokes. And our concepts of self, how you are able to change and shift the concept that you have of yourself, is going to dictate your ultimate success or failure. I don't care what you're going after, if it's health, if it's wealth, if it's a sense of calm, peace, balance, what you believe about yourself, your own self-concept. This is when I started really digging into this, I'd say a good 5-6 years ago, I started looking at, okay, well, how is it that this law of attraction thing, how do I turn this law of attraction manifestation thing into not just a once in a while, oh, I got lucky, but into an everyday thing? And I started doing a lot. I've been on this journey of personal development now for over 20 years. I'm 41. And all the research that I had done really led me to believe that, the truth is the truth. There's many ways of getting to the truth, but ultimately the truth is the truth. And principles are what give you peace. So no matter what's going on in the outside of your world out there, all of this out here is what we've created by our own concepts, by the thoughts that we're thinking, by the beliefs that we've had. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. So instead of reacting to life that's out there right now with the pandemic and oh my God, reacting. One of the most important things you can do is learn how to recalibrate your vibration. One of the most powerful things that you can do is learn how to move yourself into the state of, I already have this thing now that I'm after. I already have this health. I already have this wealth. I'm already that thing that I want to be. Because all things exist they already exist. Your job is to move yourself into that state and watch your outer world reflect that. So a lot of the work that we do here with our clients at Take Your Power Back Now, which is why you probably see on all of our social channels, all these amazing results all the time. Navigating this process of change. It's not easy. And where do you have a space or a community? I hope you do have the space and community to have these important conversations. One of the things I love to suggest to people as they're going through change is to like take the whip with the ball with the big spiky thing on the end and like lay it down. It's already hard enough as it is. You don't need to be flagellating yourself as you're going through change. All right. Can you have some tenderness and kindness and grace for yourself? The same kind of tenderness you would have for other people. Sarah Hinckley's in the house. Great topic, Amy. Amy says, my older sister told me not to quit my 9-to-5 job because I needed it and doesn't trust that my spiritual business isn't something I should rely on. So there you go. Perfect example of what family and friends, this is like when you're in the process of change, it's a really critical time when you're kind of on unshaky, uncertain ground, which is why I love teaching women about, confidence and cash flow strategies. I want women to be in relationships because they want to be in them, not because they need to be in them. I want women to really know their power as conscious creators. And not men and women. I know this is a live video. Maybe you're catching us here on YouTube or on Facebook. Chime in, drop a comment here below so I can say hello. So it's not just for men. It's not just for women. It's for men and women. But that shaky time in between, having this idea or, oh my gosh, radical change is coming up. How do I deal with this? And the manifestation of it, that's a really crucial, critical time. That's a really shaky time. Hey, what's up, Shay? And so important that you tune in with yourself and I think really learn how to move yourself into the state. There's a great metaphysician that I followed for several years. You can find his work on Audible. You can buy his books on Amazon, Neville Goddard, and he talks about assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. Assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. When you move into the state of I already have it, your consciousness goes into that state and you have access to different information. Though that space, that's what pulls you forward. That in that space is where all of the opportunities, clients, ideas, everything exists there for you. And I think now more than ever, we are being kind of thrust into constant state of fear and panic and reacting mode instead of really taking our power back and really following the laws. There's laws of creation. That doesn't change just because, some part of the government decided to launch this global power movement. Those laws of creation don't change. Whatever is impressed in your subconscious must express. That's a law, period. Learn how to do that. Learn how to do that and you can have anything. A lot of our clients, it blew my mind when I started teaching this a couple of years ago. The first year I started teaching this, our clients started getting great results with it, but they also sent me emails and they all got married and they all found new relationships. And I was like, well, this is so interesting. What's going on here? When you remake your beliefs about what's possible for yourself financially, you're also starting to tug on the same belief structures that equate how much love you can have. How much money is it safe for you to have? How much love, how much peace is it safe for you to have? Those belief structures. Reprogram invigorating, recreating your new identity involves the ability and the mastering of your personal state of being. And that's something I love teaching women about. It's never gets old. Kathleen says, surrender knowing that God, the universe, is guiding you and wants you to succeed. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But there's no one and nobody and nothing outside of yourself but your own consciousness that decides whether or not you can have it or not. Because if God is consciousness and we're consciousness in this human body, then aren't we God? Who's telling you that you can or can't have something? You're either believing what you hear, like Amy said, her older sister didn't think that she should quit her job. You're either living your life based on what other people believe is good and true and right for you, or you are tuning into you, that God source inside of you and saying, actually, I don't know how it can happen, but this is what I really want. And you're honoring that. It's really tricky. So powerful. It's just one of the most powerful conversations. And as I look back on all the work that we do with women, these are really important conversations. Women and men, everybody goes through, then especially right now, massive changes in identity. And it's really rocketing. My husband, several years ago, left a job where he, was in for 22 years. And I said, hey, this is going to be a massive identity change for you. You're going to be working from home. You're not going to, go to a job where you get to chat with all these people all day long. It's going to be a massive identity change for you. I've been working from home for like the last decade plus. But I know that's a big thing. Children growing up and leaving the nest, and then another big change, having a baby. My sister just had a baby recently. Super massive change. How are you navigating change? How are you not only navigating it, but how are you solidifying the new state of being, your new identity? There's a process. This is one of the processes that we teach on the inside of our programs. It's called the I'm a Conscious Creator process. I always was really intrigued at how do I take this law of attraction manifesting thing and turn it into a system? Doable. And I think my message today is to really tune into the principles that give you peace, the laws of creation, and to not get whirled around in hysteria by what's happening out there, but to really take your power back and consciously and regularly with discipline move into the state that you are after, that you want. What is impressed in your subconscious must express. There are certain laws. Someone's saying, thank you for sharing this. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about this topic. It certainly is a time right now. I'm just checking. I wrote some notes down. It certainly is this is like the most unbelievable time happening around the world. It's unbelievable what's going on. It's unbelievable. And I think to myself, well, if you really look at it, this has been happening for quite some time. People looking to gain power over people instead of helping people. That's been going on for a long time. Maybe there's just more now out there because, there's more people or they're getting more desperate. So how can you maintain your state of being? That's the most important work you can do right now. And I know that people struggle with it. Our people, oh my gosh, I look at the news. Oh my God, they say this is happening and that's happening. Really? Stephanie says, it's not easy. Brace yourself. If you desire, you will succeed. So in your desire is already the seed of having it. Your desire is it's kind of like showing you that your dimensional self here on planet Earth, on another plane, already has it. The seed of desire already contains with it the manifestation. So I wanted to share that with you guys today and let you know that no matter what change that you're going through, if you focus on the state of I already have it, and remove yourself from reacting to what's in the process, you will surprise yourself. I also say that, you know, one of the things in working with women that I love to share is, you know, looking at the new standards that you want to set for yourself. And I think this in this COVID-19 thing, this is kind of the silver lining, as people have had a lot more time to really tune in and check in with themselves. So what's really important? What do I really want? What's really important to me? How do I want to live my life? You know, when you're faced with like possible death, you know, so there's been, that's a really interesting part of this. Yeah. Stephanie says, holy shit, you'll be mind blown. Absolutely. So I often talk about, you know, when you make a new standard for yourself. So we deal with a lot of women who are leaving jobs and wanting to become entrepreneurs, and that's a huge identity shift. You know, you don't have somebody telling you what to do all day long. You're the one sourcing your next steps. And so massive change in identity. And I often say, you know, what must die in order for something new to be born? And I don't mean like someone physically dying, but maybe it's an old belief. Maybe it's an old structure. Maybe it's an old concept of yourself. Maybe it's a certain way you talk to yourself. Maybe it's a certain thing you worry about. And then, you know, in the process of change, strapping your tits on while things kind of crash and crumble around you as life restructures and reorganizes itself to give you that final destination, and even that's not a final destination, but that change. Certainly not for the faint-hearted, which is why most people, you know, don't take on change. They'd rather just settle. But I know that's not you guys here tuning in. So really want to empower you guys to find a community where you can have these conversations. Really important to know that you're not alone. And if you want to check out some of the results that we get with our clients on the inside of our programs, I'll drop the links here for you guys. We have an amazing community of women that not just talk about this, but put into practice a very definite recipe for creating that new concept of yourself. You know, I talk about really being a winner, you know, or what does it look like when your business is thriving? How does that feel? What does that look like? What is that little movie clip, that 30-second movie clip of you really having that thing that you're after? And then also looking at your belief systems. You know, what beliefs, what must die in order for something new to be born? How do you even know what belief systems you have in place? So check this out if this is something that you're finding interesting. We help women here on the inside of our 10K and 30-day program. Women who are like embracing it. Okay, I'm going to change. I want to start my business. I want to launch an online coaching business. I want to start inspiring people. I want to start, taking control of my financial future and build new skills. It's a safe space for women to do their deep inner healing work so that they can implement all the cool, rad marketing and sales strategies that we teach. The inner part comes first. The concept of self comes first. And from that, being in that state, your behaviors come as well. Yeah. Stephanie says you have to create new beliefs and get rid of the old ones that were never for us. Absolutely. Once you accept the laws and realize they are, you just have to accept and have faith. Yeah, and then get into action, right? So if you believe you can or you can't, you're right. That's kind of how that rolls. So I love you guys. I really want to just inspire you that no matter what you're kind of facing right now or dealing with, maybe it's the fear of the unknown, maybe it's totally out of your comfort zone. If you have the desire to do something, you absolutely can. And the sooner you move into the state of I already have it and stay there, the faster that will express in your life, whatever it is. What's up? Lori's in the house. Stephanie says she's a real shit. Yeah, man. Oh, you guys, loving this conversation. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're tuning in here to the replay. Drop a comment or a question here below. Know that every day is a new day. Every day is a new day and a new opportunity to assume the state of the wish fulfilled and create new concepts of yourself, new identities, and watch that new identity blossom and express in your life. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon.